Season 4 is right around the corner. We're going to take a look at Bird of Paradise and see if she's worth pulling for. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so you're obviously going to want at least one copy of her so you can get all the goodies from the Season 4 event. But we're going to talk about her abilities, stats, and such. We also can see there's going to be an outfit here. And over on JP and KR, they have a... what's it called? Time trial event going on over there where this outfit is over there, but we were also told that Flower Barrier is coming, which I've done a video on how that works. In every iteration that has happened so far, it's been Ikoria as the boss that we beat up on. Percent of HP, you get chests. And then there's even a battle pass. So, I mean, that's going to be a thing too. But it'll give you the things to let you take your fairies from 470 to 490. But that's only going to be useful to players who have fairies that high. Hopefully, they'll add red enhancement dust to that shop so that you'll be able to do that eventually yourself. Over on SEA, they have the little border, dumb for fun. I kind of like this, the whole clown. It kind of looks like a clown, but it also gives the Nutcracker vibes. I like it. And then, 10 selections are pretty good. But let's check out her stats themselves. HP is average, attack a little high, defense a little above average. Gives HP break, tenacity, crit. The crit is so weird for Earth because we do have Foxglove that does also increase crit, because if you have a barrier, it gives you crit. But almost nothing else is really giving us crit here from Earth. So this feels like a wasted stat, but if most people are using Priest, then it could be alright. But break and tenacity, very, very powerful stats to have. Basic attack, nothing special. I always check it out though, just to see if there's a effect, because we have a couple fairies in the game that do something special on basics. The passive, I read through this, but there was a bit that confused me. So here, takes effect when switching to Bird of Paradise. Recovers 2% of missing HP loss, so you're missing HP. If current HP is below 50%, an additional 2% defense. I can't tell if this is giving you 2% defense for this 6 seconds, which is what it reads like. But just with the... That's what it reads like, is that you're going to heal 2% of missing HP and get 2% defense for 6 seconds if you're under 50%. But it feels like if the 6 seconds part wasn't here, it would sound like you heal for 2% of your defense, which would be so cool for what's happening here, because Earth is all about giving you defense, and we don't have a lot of things that care about defense besides Mechanician and Berserker, but this would be a really cool way to give you a bonus for having more defense if this healed you for a percentage of your defense when you're under 50. Would be really cool, but it looks like it's just giving you defense, which is whatever. But this could be an interesting... I talked about wind for Berserker... some Berserker glaze, but it could be like you get under half because you're already taking damage. It could be a boost to your damage. Trying really hard to make Berserker do something, but and it scales 2% per down to, I think I did this, 16%, so 16% missing HP. And then right here, it's so weird because it's like an additional 16% defense. Additional to what, right? Because it's like it needs to give you defense to begin with to say additional, but that could just be a translation thing, and give you 16% defense. Active skill. This is so interesting, and I'm a little scared of it, to be honest. Locks onto a target and lock on, which is the important keyword here, summons multiple cameras to take multi-angle, full scope shots of the target. That just sounds like a cool thing to watch happen. I'm interested to see it actually happen. Pretty decent damage. Lock onto the target for a photo when casting. Stunning the target for 3 seconds. So it sounds like during the windup, like before it actually happens, they're stunned. Which we need to check to see if this has a split second stun effect. Very similar to what we say with... yeah, and I'm blanking on all the names right now. So tired. Not hibiscus. The slime collab fairy, Milim, Milim and Rimuru, Milim, and then stunning the target for 3 seconds while increasing its own defense by 15% for 6 seconds. So that's you getting even more defense boost. Second effect, when dealing damage, stuns the affected unit for 0.5 seconds. So it says multiple things, but it doesn't say how many anywhere on here. But each hit of it will stun for 0.5 seconds, which is really annoying. Reduces their movement speed by 30% and decreases their attack by 10% for 6 seconds. Effects. This is really cool. A 20% defense down on target's hit. So that is very powerful. This makes it even more powerful. We have to see the speed of the cast and how many hits it actually does, and if that pre-stun, the 3-second pre-stun, we need to see what happens with that. At level 5, increases 50% more on the defense effect, which is 15, so 22.5% defense, which is going to be important because level 8 cares about that. The skill damage dealt increases by 1% for every 1% increase to owner's defense. But it literally could just say 22.5% because you have to level it to have this. There's no other ways to increase this. So it's 22.5% increase to damage dealt. Which is actually kind of a small amount. Like, it's kind of a high number scaling because it hits multiple times. But as far as a level 8 ability, kind of a waste. Level 5 is whatever. I think level 2 is the most important. Obviously, more damage is more damage is more damage. But as far as the functionality of the fairy, the level 2 active is the most important. But the scaling of the passive is going to be better and better as we go down. I didn't save it right here. Let's go over here. So for the Earth Echo, Erode is having 2 number changes. The damage from Erode, which stacks up to 5 times, is going up by roughly 7%. And your pierce rate you get per stack is going up by 2%. That does not sound like a lot, but it's going from 50% extra pierce rate to 60% extra pierce rate. Earth is the king of pierce. especially if you have skills that hit fast, like a ninja or dragon fighter that have several skills that have second versions or hit multiple times. You can stack up a road very, very quickly so that it also gives you movement speed, which it feels like earth and wind are yin and yang because they both do this whole movement speed thing. They both have pierce rate. But we also have down here 3% more damage reduction, making it more of the brawly type, which is good. But 50% defense, 15% damage, crit immunity, and damage reduction. And crit immunity is better than tenacity because tenacity turns into crit immunity. So it's just a higher version of the same stat. It's very interesting. The Earth Echo, I like the direction it's going. Very deceptively high damage with Erode. Just everything that Erode is doing, especially with the high percentages. The extra pierce rate, the extra movement speed. Kiting, you can do a lot of kiting here. This is 5... No. It's it doesn't say how much movement speed increases, but it stacks 5 times. Let me know what you guys think about her down below. I think her passive is kind of confusing, and her active skill has a lot of things that need to be tested to see what happens. But I can't wait to see the skill camera, snap. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.